Well, hey, everybody. This is Connor here with Born Financial Coaching and the Born Financial Coaching Show. It is the beginning of March as the filming of this podcast is taking place. And that means that taxes are due in less than 6 weeks. And I do want to recognize that tax season often stirs up a mix of emotions: stress, procrastination, and even some dread. But filing your taxes doesn't have to just be a legal requirement. It can be an opportunity to take control of your financial situation. Addressing your taxes promptly can save you time, money, and even stress in the long run. And with the help of a tax preparer or financial professional, such as myself, the process can become far less overwhelming and even financially rewarding. Here's why filing is essential, what you can do if you get behind, and how professionals can help guide you every step of the way. So, as we have done in the past here with this new podcast format, and by the way, thank you all for joining me today. I'm going to share my mind here just as I'm talking, if there are notes that I want to make sure that we discuss. That's really, really, really important to me. So, uh, the first thing that I want to talk about here is the cost of delay. The cost of delay. What are some penalties and interest in some of those missed opportunities? Delaying your taxes doesn't just postpone the inevitable, it increases your financial burden. If you fail to file on time, the IRS imposes penalties and interest charges that grow rapidly. So, what are some of those? First, you've got what's called the failure to file penalty. And I'm gonna try to spell here. So you get the failure to file penalty. And that's up to 5% of the unpaid taxes for each month that the return is late. And that's generously capped at 25% of the total owed. I use that a little bit tongue in cheek, but you should have your taxes filed on time. Another thing to consider as it relates to the cost of delay is the failure to pay penalty. And then the failure to pay penalty, that's an additional 0.5% of the unpaid taxes each month. That's also capped at 25%. And then finally, you've got kind of general interest charges. That's interest on unpaid tax amounts that compounds daily, making your tax debt grow over time. Beyond penalties, filing late can mean missing out on other tax refunds or credits you're entitled to. Tax preparers can help you avoid these costs by ensuring that your return is filed accurately and on time. They can also identify deductions and credits that you might have overlooked on your own, maximizing your refund or reducing what you owe. So, how can a professional help? First off, in terms of penalty reduction, tax professionals can assess whether or not you qualify for a penalty abatement program or special circumstances such as first-time abatement. And number two, they will ensure every dollar you're entitled to is accounted for, minimizing those errors that could lead to audits or additional penalties. So that's a little bit in terms of the cost of delay. But number two, if you file late, how do you get back on track? So we'll entitle this Getting Back on Track. And we'll capitalize the B and T because that's how I want to do it. Okay. While filing late isn't ideal, it's not the end of the world. The IRS offers several different options to help you catch up, and a tax preparer can help simplify the process. And here are some ways to do that. Number one, you want to file as soon as possible. That makes sense. That's pretty, straightforward. Filing your return immediately stops the failure to file penalty from growing. So that's always a good idea. Number two, you want to request a filing extension. Okay, if you're late but haven't passed the October extended deadline, there are two deadlines. There's April 15th, but you can extend. A tax professional can help you file an extension, giving you extra time to organize your return, even though your payments are still going to be due by April 15. Okay, number three is set up a payment plan. And we have number four. I said and number three, but we do want to set up a payment plan. If you can't pay your tax bill in full, the IRS offers installment agreements. A financial professional can guide you in choosing the right plan and negotiating terms. And then number four, there's the currently not collectible status. Okay. If paying your tax debt would cause significant hardship, this status pauses collection efforts temporarily. This is, I will say, don't, this would not be a first choice there by any means. There's a reason why it's number four. If you are in a position where you need to be in the currently not collectible status, you are suffering significant financial hardship. Um, but those are four ways to think about getting back on track and how professionals can help. Number one, professionals can help by addressing late filings and back taxes because tax professionals can handle overdue returns, filing multiple years if necessary, and ensuring compliance with IRS guidelines. And number two, financial professionals and tax professionals, not just financial professionals, pardon me, tax preparers and tax professionals, can work with the IRS on your behalf to set up installment programs or negotiate a settlement through an offer in compromise if you qualify. So, they can be your advocate and they can help you on the filing side of things. And number three, as we continue our conversation here with number three, how to avoid future misfilings. Avoid future missed filings. Because preventing missed filings in the future is easier than dealing with past due taxes. By working with a tax preparer or financial advisor, you can establish a system to stay on track. The first thing that you can do is stay organized year round. Year round. Keep W-2s, 1099s, receipts, and other tax-related documents in one place. Professionals can help you set up a document management system to streamline this process. In my practice, I've got, a secure vault that you can share documents, and you can put all those documents in one place so you can have those when they're needed. Number two is set reminders for key deadlines. It's not necessarily the most complicated thing in the whole wide world, but it doesn't have to be the most complicated thing in the whole wide world. Missing deadlines often stems from forgetfulness. A tax professional can help you create a calendar for those important dates, such as, that April 15th standard filing deadline. I know I'm calling my clients and making sure that, we're in a good plan for getting their taxes completed. But then number two, those quarterly payments. So for those self-employed individuals that are going to be making quarterly payments, they're going to be due in January, April, June, and September. And number three, the third way to avoid future misfilings is to file early. And we do have a number four yet again, but this is number three. Filing early reduces stress, ensures faster refunds, and gives you time to address any issues. Many tax professionals offer early bird discounts or incentives for filing before the deadline. And then number four, and I just wrote file. I just realized that early. And number 4, use technology and professional resources. Use technology and professional resources. Affordable tax software can guide you through the filing process, but a tax preparer adds that human touch, offering tailored advice and ensuring your unique financial situation is accounted for. Okay, so those are some ways to avoid those future misfilings. And finally, here in section 4, we're going to be talking about additional benefits of working with a professional. When you're working with a tax preparer or financial professional, you're not just filing a return. You're gaining a trusted partner who can help you optimize your finances year round. Different ways that they can do that include tax planning strategy. Financial professionals can help you plan for your future obligations, avoiding surprises and ensuring that you're prepared. Number 2, they can help you with deductions and credits. They'll identify overlooked opportunities such as education credits, child tax credits, or retirement contributions and deductions. Number 3, they can provide audit support. In the unlikely event of an audit, they'll guide you through the process, or they can guide you through the process, providing documentation and representation. And number 4, and this is really important, they can provide big picture financial planning. So a tax preparer and financial professional can provide big picture financial planning. And number 4, and this is really important here, they can provide big picture financial planning. Tax preparers who double as financial advisors can help you align your tax strategy with long-term financial goals, like saving for retirement or buying a home. So if you're behind on your taxes or they're just stressing you out, the most important step is to take that action now. Filing, even if late for those who might be late or think about being late, that does demonstrate good faith and it minimizes those penalties and interest. Whether you're catching up or planning ahead, working with a tax preparer and financial professional can make the process smoother and more effective. The sooner you address your taxes, the sooner you can focus on moving forward, free from the stress and financial burden of tax season. Well, thanks so much for joining me today and look forward to our next conversation here at the Born Financial Coaching Show. This has been Connor Bourne with Born Financial Coaching. Connor is an independent investment advisor representative affiliated with Registered Investment Advisor Strategic Blueprint. Everything we discussed today on the financial front are principles that can be applied to certain circumstances that may or may not be yours. Therefore, please do not consider this individual advice because I do not know your personal circumstances. For such advice, please reach out at cborn@bornfinancialcoaching.com.